War, storm, explosions. People drown, ships disappear underwater, and fates are cut short before your eyes. The culprit behind it all is an ordinary cat, seemingly a harbinger of death itself. His story is not a fiction, but a reality confirmed by sailors and documents. This cat had many names because new owners called him differently. He survived 3 shipwrecks during World War II and became a true legend. Let's start with 1941. The gigantic battleship Bismarck was the most powerful and dangerous ship in the German Navy. On board were hundreds of sailors and an unusual passenger, a cat named Oscar. He was an ordinary cat, catching mice, sunbathing, and living peacefully on board. But soon, everything changed. On May 27, 1941, the British fleet launched a massive attack. The Bismarck was shelled. Sustaining fatal damage, it began to sink slowly. Out of more than 2,000 people, only about 100 survived. Among the survivors was Oscar. He was found by British sailors from the destroyer Cossack, frightened but alive, sitting on a piece of debris. If you also love kitties, give this a like, and I'll continue the story. The British took the cat with them. Now he became part of the crew of the destroyer Cossack. They fed him, pampered him, and renamed him Unsinkable Sam, in honor of his miraculous survival. He became something of a mascot. Wherever he appeared, people felt calmer. Sailors believed if Sam was with them, they were safe. But war spared no one. In October of the same year, the Cossack was escorting a convoy and came under attack by a German submarine. A torpedo pierced the ship's hull. Evacuation began. And again, Sam survived. He was found, shivering, with singed whiskers but alive, in a lifeboat. For the second time, he had managed to cheat death. After the second wreck, Sam was transferred to the British aircraft carrier Ark Royal. There, he became not just a favorite of the crew, but a real celebrity. Sailors joked that if Sam was on board, trouble was sure to follow. Some even feared him. He had seen too many disasters. And they were right. A few weeks later, the Ark Royal was returning to base when an enemy submarine struck again. The waters of the Mediterranean Sea quickly filled the holds. The ship began to list. All crew members were saved. And yes, Sam too. He was found, clinging tightly to a piece of wood, with a completely cold, exhausted gaze. He could no longer continue. After the third shipwreck, the command decided. Sam no longer belonged on the front lines. He was sent to solid ground, to the office of the Naval Administration in Gibraltar, where he could finally live a normal cat's life. Later, he moved to the Seaman's Home in Belfast, where he spent his final years in peace, comfort, and love. He died in 1955, and until the very end, he was surrounded by people who loved him. His portrait is still kept in the National Maritime Museum of Britain. Sam's story is not just a sailor's tale. It is a real, documented history of a cat who survived 3 shipwrecks in one of humanity's most brutal wars. Some called him Oscar, others called him Sam, but he went down in history as Unsinkable Sam. Some might say it's a coincidence, others a miracle. But everyone who has heard this story has wondered at least once. Maybe he really knew something more? Would you take Sam with you on a voyage? Let me know what you think in the comments. See you in the next videos, and remember, sometimes even an ordinary cat can become a true legend.